What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? This, of course, here is JamiroFan 2000 with another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. For the uninitiated members of the online Jamily who do not know about this series, this has been my recurring, long discussionary series and opinionary series looking at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai and their now over 30 years of musical making here in 2022. But this episode is going to be looking at the amazing euphoric news of Jamiroquai unexpectedly announcing their first festival date for 2023 at the Lytham Festival in Lancashire, UK, between June and July of 2023, and me kind of doing a little bit of my atypical euphoric speculation on what this could possibly mean. Now, Jamiroquai, let me give you a little bit of context. Now, back in 2016, right around the time I started really doing YouTube videos, back at the beginning of what would turn out to be a long 4-year Automaton album era, I made a major discovery, at least one of my biggest discoveries, I should say, on the online music copyright repertory called ASCAP. The album had been sent to the United States to be mixed, okay, and whenever that happens, music will start popping up on respective music copyright repertories online. So, as part of copyright law, they have to put up listings of each song. So when I made that discovery of that track list for Automaton back in around August of 2016, a lot of tour dates around the same time are getting announced. Literally 20, 30 tour dates between, I want to say 2017 to 2018 started getting announced. So that's kind of indicative of, a major album era potentially starting. So I'm not saying that this announcement for 2023 is indicative of a potential massive 2023 tour forcing towards a major album era. In this case, Album 9, which JK has verbally confirmed is going to start recording in winter of 2022 into 2023. I'm not saying that Album 9 could be coming that year around the time of this first festival tour date, and optimistically, or hopefully we're going to be getting some more tour dates in 2023, because they can't be doing, like they did with the last festival where they just did one tour date after 2 years, 2 years away from touring due to the pandemic. I think we're going to get some more tour dates for 2023. That's going to be not a prediction, but I just feel that they're going to be doing a few more tour dates coming up. But I hate to speculate, but I think album 9 could be coming around the late part of next year into 2024. But it's really exciting that the band is going to be coming back and touring in 2023, and people of the Jamily who had missed seeing them for the last 2 or 3 years will be able to go to see them live. But I'm hopeful and optimistic that this first tour date they announced is going to be in June and July, between June and July of 2023. So they're going to have at least 8 months between now and then to be recording this album. So there's a high likelihood that we could have a first single debut at one of these gigs coming up in 2023. I mean, what was so surprising was when JK did his interview on BBC Radio 2 recently, and said that they were already at the recording stages of Album 9 for Jamiroquai for winter of 2022 to 2023. That really surprised me, because I know they had 2 or 3 years during the pandemic to write songs, but if they're already going to recording and then they announce a first festival date, if it was planned or if it was a lark booking, there's high optimism we could see a first single by at least that first tour date of 2023, which is, of course, halfway into 2023. So I'm not saying that the first single could be recorded and done by that point, but maybe, Jamiroquai likes to surprise their fan base live in the live arena. Sometimes they like to pull some songs out of nowhere that nobody knew about, I mean, some examples of this is Japan, Australia 2002, and they 2002 when they pulled out Cannibalist and A Funk Odyssey, which would never end up being recorded and would ever being released. And they do some funked up versions of some of their songs, like the live remix of Immersing Planet Earth or the remodeling of Canned Heat. So I think they got some tricks up their sleeve on making these upcoming tour dates in 2023 very, very highly anticipated. And I expect that these tickets for the Lytham Festival, at least the first announced tour date for 2023 will go very, very quickly when they go on sale at lythamfestival.com on November 4th at 8 a.m. British Standard Time. So but hopefully Jamiroquai will be announcing a lot more tour dates, but I think we could have a first single by that time. That's at least what I think could happen. We could have a first single from album 9. We may not have album 9 completely done. They'll probably be sending it off for mixing at this point. And I don't know if they're going to go with Mike Kowalski here in the United States, who's one of the most preeminent sound engineers and mixers who did the mixing on Jamiroquai's 2017 album Automaton. But I know the band will be working very, very hard on this album. Get it recorded, get it ready, get it mixed, and then release it in due time. But I'm going to be keeping my eyes on all the music repertories from Britain to the United States to see if any of these new song titles get online. Because if the new song titles pop up, then the recording is done or the recording is about to be finished. Okay, so a lot of stuff happening right here, a lot of variables to keep apart with, but I just want to record JamiroFan Talks About to flesh out what could possibly be coming after this amazing, unexpected announcement of Jamiroquai's first 2023 tour date. At least a little bit of mixed with a little bit of my speculation and my optimism. Okay, so don't take anything that I say, at least on a predictionary front, as the gospel. I'm purely just take it with a grain of salt. This is just what I want to see. I'm hoping that Jamiroquai album 9 aesthetically is going to be a collaboration album. That's what I really want to see. I want to see JK and the band hook up with old established artists like Stevie Wonder, or Roy Ayers, any of the guys that influenced them, and maybe some of the new hep cats in the funk scene like Wolfpack and Snarky Puppy and Thundercat and Tyler the Creator, which JK was very implicit in their last BBC Radio 2 interview of really wanting to collaborate with on future music. I think Jamiroquai album 9 should be a collaboration album. That's what I want. I know everybody else wants them to go back to the Baja wearing fake animal fur hat, total acid jazz roots, but that doesn't mean that the music that they collaborate with other artists with can't be of that vein. So I think they could do a little repurposement here. They could do acid jazz roots, but with collaborations with established funk artists of old and new. So I mean, it could be a hodgepodge, but that's what I want to see Jamiroquai album 9 go to. But, we all have different ones here in the online family. But I hope you enjoy this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay updated on all the latest happenings with JamiroFan 2000 my YouTube channel. And I will try to endeavor in bringing you all the latest news as it become available when I can report it. But if more tour dates get announced for 2023, which I expect are going to be coming sometime soon, I'll be sure to cover them here in a future episode of JamiroFan Talks About or Jamiroquai Minute here on my channel. But as always, thank you everyone for the support. I'll be sure to see you again very, very soon with much more videos here covering everything that's happening with Jamiroquai in due time. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you really soon with more Jamiroquai related videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye everybody, and take care.